Egypt to the south, and Israel at the north and west. Palestine's two regions did not share a border between them. The politics and governance of the state were divided too. The West Bank was administered by the Palestinian National Authority, while Gaza was ruled by Hamas, which Israel, the United States, and the European Union regarded as a terrorist organization. The reporter droned on about the status of Jerusalem, that East Jerusalem was claimed by Palestine, but was controlled by Israel. She returned to Kan TV, the Israeli channel. Similar news with an Israeli slant. He grunted in disgust and was about to turn off the TV when Magal raised his hand. The reporter went into breathless excitement mode. "There are several rumors," she said, leaning forward, her eyes sparkling, "that Israeli and Palestinian negotiators are meeting in secret to work out a historic peace accord. Government officials on both sides have declined to comment on this." She went on about the significance of the development, if true, and at that point she returned off the TV. He finished his cereal and went to the kitchen, where he washed and rinsed his bowl. Magal yawned and stretched. "I'll get ready," he said. Shiri grunted and peered out of the kitchen window. It was 7 a.m. Light traffic outside in German Colony, the Jerusalem neighborhood they were in. He went to his room and changed into a white shirt and khaki trousers, walking shoes over his feet. A Glock 17 went into a holster attached to his belt. He adjusted his loose shirt to ensure the gun wasn't visible to the casual eye. In his trouser pockets went several spare magazines. He emerged from his room to see an old woman in the hallway. She was in a patterned dress that fell below her knees. Hunched over, her white hair tied in a neat bun, glasses on her wrinkled face. Left hand trembling as she held a walking stick. Right hand clutching a large bag which seemed heavy. Magal, the woman in disguise, placed the bag on the floor and flexed his fingers. Shiri towed it and felt something hard inside it. He peered down and nodded in satisfaction when he saw the shape of a Galil Mar, an Israeli automatic rifle. "Ready?" he asked in Hebrew. "Let's go," Magal replied. Chapter 2. Kadikoy, Istanbul, 3 days before. Zeb Carter was breaking into a hotel room rented by two Mossad kidon. Mossad was his closest ally, but on this particular mission, he wasn't sure. It had started a month ago, in New York. He had been on the trail of one Uzair Hussain, a Pakistani nuclear scientist. Hussein's international travel had been flagged by his team's supercomputer, Verner. The scientist traveled often to Europe, which in itself wasn't a big deal. What was interesting was that once on the continent, he seemed to drop off the radar and surfaced only when returning. Beth and Megan looked into it. The twins oversaw the agency's intel gathering and analysis, along with Broker. Cracking into airline databases and Pakistani networks hadn't been hard for them. 6 visits to the Middle East in 2 years, Beth had told Zeb a month earlier. Middle East? I thought he went to Europe. That was the entry point, she explained patiently. A lot of it was needed when dealing with Zeb. He flew into Paris or Amsterdam, or any one of the large hubs. From there he took trains, used fake IDs, good tradecraft, but not good enough to escape all the security cameras in Europe. Where did he go? Turkey, Istanbul. All 6 times? Yeah. Fewer cameras in that country, but we ran facial recognition on the CCTV feeds in their train and bus terminals, and got these. She dumped a bunch of photographs on his desk. Zeb flicked through them rapidly. Blurred images in several of them, but clear enough to make out Hussein's profile. He looked up when Megan joined her sister. Something in their faces. "What's up?" "There's a cafe in Kadikoy, which is in Istanbul. What about it?" "There's a security camera across the street, a bank. We hacked into it and got this." Megan's right hand came from behind her back, holding another photograph. Hussein seated at a table outside the cafe. Another man facing him.